Olivia Dean. Man I Need. Songwriter Olivia Dean. Man I Need. Talk to me, be the man that I need, baby. Did she say that, baby? Talk to me, be the man that I need, baby. Well, you can't be a man and a baby. You can't be the man that I need and be someone I would call a baby. Well, let me hear that song again. I'll get back to you. I am ready to touch the food for cooking, and there's hair right here in my view of my head, and I need to move it, but I'm not supposed to touch it because I'm going to touch food. And I also don't want to move it to behind my ear because it makes myself angry. There's nothing wrong with my ears. The hair doesn't stay behind my ears because it's a better place for it. There's something wrong with my hair being too short. So I'm trying to live with a small amount of scream that my hair is like saying it's not going to stay in its place. My hair is not going to stay in its place. There's something wrong with my hair. Okay. Try that. My karma today is to make soup without the glasses on. But you don't know that I'm not wearing contact lenses because I wore contact lenses for 31 years continuously. I didn't expect I was going to need them that long, and I didn't have a choice if I look at it in reverse. I wear the contact lenses because I don't actually need the glasses to be the discomfort it is to have them on my head. But I think I may not have lived this long if I had glasses on myself. I may not be alive here today. And for other people who wear contact lenses, I don't ensure that you're on my leverage of that I can get the prescription because I'm an ophthalmologist in the threatening. That means the doctors will all help me because I'm a doctor to myself, and I take great care of the leverage because I am myself. You don't know who I am. You don't know I'm none higher than he, deceased right here. You don't know I'm none higher than me, deceased right here. You don't know that I'm the soul if I'm in my house and there's somebody else in there. I'm the soul if that's true. So when I go to the ophthalmologist, I go there as myself, but I don't have any leverage to disclose to the ophthalmology like building. I don't say anything when I go there except that I'm a very good person. I take good care of myself and my leverage, and I will always thank the doctor for that he did something for me I couldn't do for myself alone. So that's how I've ever been able to get ophthalmology, even though the equipment is impossible. They do the impossible going through the lenses for the exam. It's in front of the eyes like this, and there's two lenses, and they're different because the eyes don't have the same prescription. This eye to this eye, this eye to this eye. They don't see the same way, and the ophthalmology will go through one at a time, one eye at a time, all the lenses, And I could never do that if I was an ophthalmologist. I would not succeed. I don't know which lenses to use. I would be there all day is not true. I would be there through every lens and I would check it again. And if I tested somebody else's prescription, I would not be able to take their word for it that it's what they need. Yes or no, yes or no. I don't know that. And if I ordered lenses for somebody else, um, and they returned the lenses and said that it was not an adequate prescription, I would not be in a position to get them somebody else to do the prescription instead of myself, because it's not due to give you another prescription. That's the one that you get. That's goodbye. And I've never had a prescription that I can't use, but I have a pair of glasses that I would rather not use. These glasses are too uh, big for my head, or they just don't stay up in place. They slide down like this when I move my head this way or move it. When I move the head, the glasses do not stay in place. And that's maybe the first time I've had that problem with glasses. I don't normally have that problem. And this is the last pair of glasses I will ever have. Ask for or order or use. The prescription of the lenses is good, but the fit of the frame doesn't work for me. And that's me not being able to use Charles Toe to pay for the prescription, because he did that to the frames and the lenses. And Charles Toe's not here right now, but he's still here in the money because he paid for these glasses, because I don't actually carry money around Charles Toe because he's not myself. So the ophthalmology prescription is still working for me, even though it's expired. So I use the prescriptions longer than the 1 year um, recommendation for a prescription. For myself, it's 1 year. And I don't afford that. I can wait for another ophthalmology. I can't get there. I don't take the bus and I don't want to get in anyone's car anymore because I don't have full height and it's not fair. I don't trust you anyway, but now I think it's disclosed that I don't trust you. With that, I lost about between 2 and 3 inches of my height, and I don't afford to know you anymore. I also have the weight wrong, but you were forgiving of the weight. I was overweight by what was weighed in at psychiatry was about 75 pounds overweight. Yeah, and that's too much. I can't afford that at all. No, I am thin is due to myself. And right now I'm overweight and it's been too long. I'm due out of the formed world because I don't afford to be overweight. I don't know why I'm overweight, and that's the order. It's true that I died that way. I died that I don't know that I'm overweight. I don't know why. And that means I am overweight for all the reasons. And I'm also not overweight in the threatening. So I died out of God. Yes. I'm not even in prison. I am not in prison right here, and I died out of God. That's your fault. Somebody should not die out of God unless they're in a prison. Inside of a prison with deceased address. You need the address deceased. I'm not there. I'm in public, and that's not fair to me that I died out of God and I don't have a deceased address. That means I died of the order having an address. So that's what's wrong with you not having everybody in the prisons by now. I've been using opened things that I eat. I am just here with myself and eating. I eat everything that's here that is for me. I know there's some leftover things from Charles that I don't eat that, but I eat what is brought here for me. Uh, but I leave things open for the camera because I don't have anyone to bring me things that I need because I'm going to use the camera. You don't afford that I use the camera just for myself to see. So I apologize to the camera order that this is not a new bag of soup and I would throw away whatever I don't use. But you don't afford that, I would do that. That's not good because the stores are still full of food. That means you're throwing away whole bags of food. By that, the stock is shocked out, and you throw that away without handling it with your hands. That's worse. That's you not knowing what you're responsible for. And we know that about the stock, but I need things. I will say that I need something, and you will not give it to me because you are yourself. And you're maybe are you just giving up? Did you say anyway and now it's late and you're just giving up, that you don't have any purpose to be here? That's true that you don't, but you are essentially divine and you must do everything you must do for the order because that's how you have two eyes, a nose, and a mouth right now, even if you don't have them after this. That means you're recording on yourself that you didn't do something with yourself for the for the self. Yeah. I guess if that's why you speak English, but you're not supposed to, you speak English, you say the word myself to myself. If every individual says myself to myself, you're saying the word myself, and you don't have your own myself without everybody else's myself around you. And that's why you can't ignore somebody even if you give up on your myself, or if you say anyway, it doesn't matter anyway. You can't do that because you have a myself that everybody else says they have a myself around you. You don't own your myself. Okay, I don't have my glasses on right now, and that's what's comfortable to my head. But I'm going to use the camera to look more closely at the pot. And I can see it when it's cloud a little more if I lean over a hot pot. I am not at a height that I would be cooking. I did not cook when I was this height before. I was full height when I was growing. Before I was full height, I did not cook at this height ever. Nope, 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 never. And I also did not have a vision impairment that I have now. Not at this height. When I was this height, growing my height, I did not have a vision impairment at this height of myself. So there's something wrong with you. Yeah. Is that something wrong with me? Well, go with it. Do you think that's something wrong with me? Okay, that's you needing to take care of you. You need to be in a jail and a prison with deceased address, and then you stop thinking about me. Otherwise, you can hear my testimony to God above, and then you should know that I'm always speaking to the creation of myself. I'm not really talking to you about yourself for yourself. So if that's why you said no with yourself to yourself, that's because I'm not talking to you to the creation of yourself. I am talking to the creation of myself, and that will never change. You cannot be a sex offender to myself because I am that way is an order. That's what an order is. You're a lower order is not really an order. You're below myself, but you're not an order. No one can stop you. No one can change you. No one can stop you. But you're not an order. So I need to know now, how much time do I boil the soup? And then I don't have my glasses on, but I don't want to undercook it, and I don't want to boil it over time because I don't want the water to boil out. So I need to reach into the garbage and I need to read the bag how many minutes. And then I need to look at a meter and count the minutes. $10, okay. It's not 15 minutes, but I know it's not 25 minutes. Okay, so it's 10 minutes. It's 16 minutes on the camera right now. So 26 minutes. I know it's been boiling there for a little while. So is it 25 minutes? Would that be enough? I mean, 25 minutes on the camera. I have to say it that way because I don't have a clock I can use just for cooking. I could ask for one, but I don't have one. It's not been offered to me because I cook for myself. Well, what if we say whoever delivered this soup mix is here, because there are others. Do you want me to just eat them right out of the bag? Just leave them there and keep them like it's a store? Well, they're not there like it's a store. They're still on time when I could eat them. But what's not ready, besides that I don't have the clock to watch how much time, this does not have the tomato paste with itself that I could keep right here with itself. So that's the supermarket not taking care of that for me. I can take care of myself, I'll wait, but you're storing something on the shelf here I would have used already, and it's not a store, and the checker is not paid for. The checker is not paid for. You can't just say you don't have anything if you don't give me the money, and if you give me the money, you really stole it anyway because I didn't just give it to you. That's you trying to stop the creation of somebody, and then everybody has innocence and everybody partakes. I'm not interested in your innocence projects, and I don't want you to eat anything on my time. You're doing jails and prisons. If somebody's charging you money, it's not your money. If you're going to pay for something, you have to present the money. You can't pay it. You have to present it. It is itself a threat. So who's been watching the YouTube video channel Charles Toe and saying, she lives in a mess? Okay, now let me say it another way. I live in a mess, and I want Keys to live in a new place that is completely immaculate for myself to move in there, and I will clean it for my own self. And I need everything in it that I need. I need someone to give that to me as well. You want me to just get it for myself? Why don't you go to jail and prison if you want me to get it for myself? That's how I can get it out of the bank. I will get somebody else to get it for me. If you think right now, come on, you and your God, if you and your God think right now that I should just get it myself, this you need to put yourself in jail and prison with you and your God. You and your God go to jail and prison, and I need about 100 of you and your God to go to jail and prison and stay in there. And if you stay in there until I decease creation and I die out of form of genitals, female genitals on the Godhead and genitals on the Godhead, if I die out of genitals on the Godhead while you're in prison, 100 of you telling yourselves she lives in a disaster. She needs to get her own financial independence from everybody who's not herself, make her own keys, and go in someplace and stay there. And she should be able to get everything she wants that way with her own God. If you're in jail and prison saying that to yourself, then I will die out of formed anyway. I don't have any genitals on the Godhead that way. And I will not need any new apartment or house that's completely immaculate just for myself. I won't need it. I just want you to know that's what I think of what you think about what you see and hear from me. So when Rachel Ray, for example, when she starts a cooking show for Oprah Winfrey Productions, so she has a 1 hour time slot, and then there are commercials in there, so she has all the time it is without the commercials. That's Rachel Ray being on the show, and that would be a 1 hour time slot for Oprah Winfrey, but for Rachel Ray, it's less than that. That means she works for Oprah Winfrey for 1 hour time slot because Oprah Winfrey includes the commercials. And when Rachel Ray is herself in the TV show, cooking show, she is only counting the time that she's there on the camera, which would be like, she'll say, "We'll be right back," after these messages or something to the effect of after the break, right? So she's there, but she has breaks. And Oprah Winfrey doesn't give breaks to the hour. She's charging for the commercials. And Oprah Winfrey is black. And Rachel Ray never did leave Rachel Ray's show that I know of that it's not Rachel Ray's show anymore because she has that money problem. Well, nobody asked you. You don't have to cook. Nobody's making you do that. What do you do with the cooking? Because it's not in leverage with me that you would be deceased out of the cooking. That means do you think that I don't know that you're not deceased that way? Does everybody not know? Well, everybody, let's say everyone in the audience, they're different every day. If she does 5 shows in a week, they're different every day, is what I think. And then maybe she has some people in the audience who would return to be guests in the audience again. I know, not guests on the show, but guests in the audience again. So if that's true, so what is her leverage? How does she even know how to make so much food? Does anybody want to know? Because why does everyone applaud for her? Her audiences applaud for her. Why? Are you applauding for God because there's nothing you can do about it? You don't just stand up and leave because she's hiding how she's able to cook so much food and everyone else is in the audience watching. Well, why are you even there? Are you there because you have extra time? If you're in the audience of Rachel Ray, are you there for extra time? You want something to fill in your extra time. Well, I don't do things like that. I don't do things with myself for that I have extra time. Nope. I do things for myself deceased. Sometimes I have more time than I need to wait for myself deceased, but I do things for myself deceased because I don't have another real need to be here except that I am deceased. This is unsanitary, but I'm doing it anyway. I still don't have someone to solve this problem for me. Then I pour out the soup right next to right there. I don't have anyone to help me with that. Nope. Okay, this is too hot to handle with one hand. And that stove coil is exposed right there. And I'm not touching it because I'm going to save myself. There's something wrong with that. You won't take care of that problem for me. That it's too hot to touch the stove coil when I cook. And you won't do that for me because you won't take care of yourself that way. Okay, now this is hot. But I need to get the rest of the soup out from in here. Okay, that's what it looks like. I did that for myself. Now I need a cold bottle of water. This one's room temperature. Okay. To sit down, I need to move this, even though I shouldn't because it's already there. I don't have someone to do that for me. Nope. You want me to take care of this for myself? You're going to die that way. You're going to die of saying that I should do everything myself for myself because I am myself. You're going to die that way. I am not alone in this world. And you're going to die of that. I'm not alone in this world. That's also true for you, and you didn't die that way. How do I know? I know. How do I know? How do I know? Well, if you're there while I'm here, that's you trying to double yourself. You're there while I'm here. You didn't die of saying to myself that I should take care of everything myself because I am myself. You didn't die of saying that. That's how you're alive illegally, and you are alive that way. Well, I'm going to die of that you are that way. I will not be alive that way. No, I would die for God just to tell him that I was not alone. And I just died of need. Starvation would be like, depending on what the need is, I will die of that. I have need for that I'm here. I have need as a witness that I'm here, and I have need here that went unfulfilled. I'm going to die that way. So Olivia Dean again, I'm hearing that song in my mind, music. I'm hearing music in my mind. I can see a little of the music video in my mind as well. So if you can see the music video, you can know what I mean, what I'm talking about. I left the kitchen light on, but I would leave it off because it's daytime. You don't need the kitchen light on when I'm not in there. There's light out here. Yeah, but at night I have the kitchen light on because there's no light out here. How do you know when to turn the light switch on and off? How do you know when the light should be on and when the light should be off? I'm asking you because you're inside somewhere if you can see this video. You have internet access keys if you can see this video. So how do you know if the light should be on or off? How do you know if this video should be on or off? I like it when you call me wonderful. You're all the man I need. I am the man, yeah. I'm a female, but it's female. I'm not a woman, which is still one man, like man and woman. I'm not a woman, but I'm a female is a complete. I don't actually have alive with a male because I'm a female. Yeah. So you don't want to be a hoopiness around me because I'm alive anyway. Well, so that's how you're scary, trying to say that you're a boyfriend. Like if you, it depends what context you say that you're a boyfriend. Do you say you're a boyfriend or you're a you want me to you want to be my boyfriend but you don't want to have a girlfriend and you don't want to say that you're a boyfriend. You want me to say that you're a boyfriend to yourself but everybody else doesn't know where you are. That's why they call you baby. I'm a female is alive alone as a female and I'm castrated to be alone. You want to help my God with that? Baby. If you are a hoopiness who did something wrong to myself and called yourself a boyfriend, if you're a yes monster who said yes to yourself, and then at the end of the life of myself, you want to say to your God, see, we changed her life. It's because of myself and my God that she is who she is in the end of it all, in the end of her own life. Yes, that's a hoopiness who needs to die out of that he thinks he and his God are together in the creation of myself. I have a creator of my own genitals. And so at the end of my lifetime, if I see you, hoopiness, at the end of my lifetime to yourself, I wanted you to think from the time I met you all the way till the end of my lifetime, and after that, when I see you in the afterlife, I want you to have accumulated all the time to yourself in your own life that you ever thought about me, that you thought about that I have a creator of myself, and I am with the creator of myself, not the creator of yourself. What were you thinking about for the whole life? It matters to me what you were thinking about me. It matters to me that you don't think you and your God are going to create myself. It matters to me that you weren't thinking that all along, because that's money. It's exactly why you have a penis. Yeah, what penis? Illegal. It's illegal to have a penis. It's illegal to think that about yourself. And it's illegal to make somebody else aware of it, that you are that way inside your head. And I would know that by what you said out loud. Does anyone know why the word sad is spelled S-A-I-D? And it's not S-E-D or S-E-A-D, like head, H-E-A-D.